friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Tiff here from Life as Tiff Knows It. Thanks for joining me on this WIP and Chat adventure. I think this is WIP and Chat number 48. That's insane. I've done 48 of these videos. Wow. How does one do 48 of these videos and still not be able to find the color that she needs to diamond paint? I'm just kidding. It'll pop up any second now with which, as I'm scanning these. There it is. I hope you all are doing well. I'm filming this on a Wednesday evening. I've been all thrown off because it's been a short work week because of President's Day. And yeah, so I keep on being just very confused. Like, I keep thinking it's Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. I could have filmed this yesterday if I would have realized that yesterday was yesterday, but that's okay. That is a-okay. I am, if you're new to WIP and Chats, WIP stands for work in progress. Chatting is just me talking to you and wishing you well and hoping you're doing okay. It has been a very cold month here in Colorado. I am over the cold weather. I'm not gonna lie. The cold weather is frustrating, especially because it's been cold where it's miserable, but not cold enough where they're canceling school. So that makes it, yeah, complicated. I will say one thing I'm grateful for is there has not been as much snowfall, so I have been able to stay on top of shoveling the snow. That seems to be quite a chore, especially in front of our house that is just not, the sun just does not hit. So we have probably like 3 feet of snow in our yard still, our front yard, because it just does not melt. But hey, it's okay. It's a-okay because I'm still shoveling it. Our sidewalks are clear. Our neighbors aren't complaining. Woohoo! So yeah, the project I'm working on tonight is one that I've been working on since the beginning of the year still. It's a kit called Aurora Beauty. It's by Deborah Malcolm. It is a Diamond Art Club kit, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm still in the first row. Guys, I don't know if it's like a motivation thing to diamond paint. It just doesn't even cross my mind to diamond paint because I'm pretty busy right now. My dream is to have just like designated diamond painting time. I just need to make it a priority. I did much better at that last school year. I'm doing a lot outside of my work day currently, as I'm kind of looking into transitioning my career. So that has involved a lot of just like, resume work, boosting, working on my LinkedIn, and looking at skill sets, like trying to improve my skill sets with things like Microsoft Word and PowerPoint and Excel, all those things that I feel like I'm pretty decent at a lot of those things, but it's good to have a refresher. So I've been taking some kind of just small classes and looking into some HR stuff, human resources. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think I can keep it a secret any longer. I'm looking for a change in my life. I don't know where I'm gonna land. I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, so that's the reason I'm bringing it up, is it is taking up a lot of my time as I kind of prepare to start applying for jobs and seeing what's out there, seeing the opportunities that are out there. So I do miss diamond painting. I did diamond paint quite a bit this weekend, and I think I just need to have like a better setup for diamond painting. because my back hurt really bad after diamond painting this weekend. It's because I do crouch over. I know that about myself. I'm gonna probably scoot this back a tad and put it up. So hopefully it's not like, yeah, it's like hyper focusing. I'm sure, hopefully you're not like getting dizzy watching it. You're hopefully working on your own project. But yeah, I need to not slouch. I'm currently slouching as a diamond paint, but that's okay because I won't be doing it for hours on end as much as I would want to. Like, it's very relaxing. I love how diamond paintings look at the end. Post reviews are my favorite type of video because I love seeing how beautiful diamond paintings look when they're completed. I think they're just gorgeous, and I think this kit will be no exception to that. It's gonna be very, very pretty. I'm not terribly happy with my placement of some drills on this kit, but I'm just moving on and letting it go. I've tried to correct some of it, straighten some of them out, and it's not going to be perfect, nor should it be perfect. No, nothing's perfect. We got to find beauty in the flaws. Beauty in the flaws. So yeah, I mentioned that it was a long weekend. I mentioned I got a diamond paint. So this was a long weekend with just me and my husband, and it was so nice. It was so nice to just, kind of not be a parent well, you're always a parent, but not be parenting. Denise went down and spent 4 nights with my parents. It was a lovely little vacation, and it was nice just being kind of lazy. Although I will say I'm doing really well with my goals. So if you're new to my channel or haven't been tuning into recent diamond paintings, recent WIP and Chats, my New Year's resolution, or kind of more like a vision board I created, was to lose some weight and to just have defined goals, tangible, definable goals that I hold myself accountable to doing. And a big part of that is I want to just take care of my body. It's important. I think the reason there's kind of this push to take care of my body is I'm just seeing my grandparents decline, and of course there's nothing you can do that will keep you immortal. But I want to enjoy my life, and I don't want to have health problems. I want to be the best me I can be. And so I have been targeting of some fitness goals. It's less about what I'm eating, and I have been slipping with that. I'm allowing myself to eat what I want. Like, I'm trying to make healthier choices and eat less food, but I don't count my calories or anything too restrictive. And for the most part, I've been doing well. I think I'm slipping a bit. Like today, I had leftovers because I didn't eat all my food at a restaurant, so that's great. But the leftovers could have easily been 2 meals, and I definitely made it 1 meal. Dang it. So that's okay, because I just had a protein shake for dinner, and I'm calling it good. I'm trying to take a protein shake every day, just to build muscle, and it's been working. So yeah, I'm going to be more formally talking about my goals in probably next week's WIP and Chat, because I want to get back on track with just having my goals in front of me. Like, I have the fitness goals that I have posted on my refrigerator, and so I haven't been doing as well, but I'm still consistently focused on my fitness. I need to work on drinking more water. I should have brought some water down so I can drink it while I'm doing my WIP and Chat, but that's okay. Everything is a-okay. Although I'm tired. It's been such a long day. Wednesdays are my long day. So I get to work at like 7:45, and then I leave my kind of side hustle at like 7:45. So if I yawned, because now I'm thinking about yawning, that would be why. It makes me very grateful for Thursdays, because I can just kind of go home and relax. I mean, I hope I didn't jinx it. In the world that I work in, you're never guaranteed a time that you'll get off work on time. Just because you just don't know what's going to happen in the day. But I'm counting on. I think it'll be good. I totally leave my notes over there. I've been doing this whole WIP and Chat without notes. It's pretty good of me. Let's see. Yes, let me grab my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything to chat about. Whew. I am still warming up. It's so cold. I think when on my way home tonight, it said it was 1 degree outside. 1 degree. So let's see. Oh yeah, this weekend, another thing that I did is I did buy a frame for my diamond painting that I finished in early January, the North Spirit one. And so I'm planning on, if my husband lets me, he didn't seem like a big fan. He is actually like, I get the diamond painting done, I seal the diamond painting, and then he helps me cut the edges of the diamond painting and frames them for me. And I love that he helps me with it. It's just super sweet, and I just thought it'd be cool to capture the process of framing a diamond painting. And we got this really cool frame from Michael's. It is going to have to be matted a little bit. If you are not sure how to frame a diamond painting, and you're trying to avoid custom frames, because holy cow, that's expensive, I would highly recommend getting a frame that's just a little bit bigger than the diamond painting you have, and then just getting, like, matting it with, you could do even cardboard, and I think it looks really cool. It looks good, and so yeah, I'm hoping that maybe my husband will tolerate me filming him, maybe a hyperlapse video, and if not, that's okay too. But I am very excited. I did get a frame for my latest finished project, and I will be so excited to hang that up. It's gonna pop so well in the room that I'm hanging it up in, because the room has like dark paint, and it's I'm just so excited. I'll probably make a short video, a YouTube Shorts video of it hung up somehow. So I've been super obsessed with YouTube Shorts. I don't allow myself to get on TikTok, but I'm sure it's pretty similar to TikTok. I've been watching these shorts videos of like Breaking Bad stuff, but then it kind of morphs into American Psycho, and like it compares like villains, like, and how they would, if they were fighting each other in different elements, like agility, and who won. And it's like to this like cool sounding music, and so I decided I want to check out this music that keeps popping up. It's like the same song with these different villains, and now I'm obsessed with the song. It's called Metamorphosis by Inner World. But have you ever just like really liked a song because it sounds cool and you like the way it makes you feel, but you have no idea what the lyrics are because you can't understand them? That's definitely the song. And so I'm disappointed now that I looked up the lyrics, because they're so raunchy and inappropriate, but I still like the song because I like how the song sounds. I just wish the lyrics were more wholesome. But anyway, I find a lot of songs that I like on YouTube Shorts, and then I make YouTube Shorts with them, with diamond painting, and I really like doing that. I really do. And you might see that I release quite a few YouTube shorts because I just think it's kind of cathartic and therapeutic. And it combines two of my interests, music and diamond painting. So yeah, there'll be, I haven't made a short with that, my favorite song that's so inappropriate. It's so bad. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so I got a frame for my diamond painting, made some YouTube shorts this weekend, and I like to just like schedule to release them. And played a ton of Rock Band. Rock Band is like so fun to play. And then went to Benihana, which I talk about all the time. Benihana is my favorite. It's so expensive though. It's so expensive. So good though. And yeah, we went to a movie this weekend, which Bill and I never get to go to movies. It's really hard to go to movies when you're a parent without finding a sitter. And we don't take advantage of movies too often. So, oops. Tricky. So this arrow is purple but there's another arrow that's not. So I almost put a ton of this beautiful, vibrant purple definitely where it does not go. Let's find the other arrow. Good thing I caught that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, a little bit of a difference, would you say? So we went to a movie, and by us, there's this theater chain called the Alamo Draft House, and I don't know all the locations. I know that it's outside of Colorado. They take theater pretty seriously and are super creative with like, it's just hard to explain. They take whatever the movie is, and all of the previews beforehand is themed around that movie. So like we went to watch Ant-Man, and it showed like this old commercial of Paul Rudd doing, I don't even know what the commercial was for, but like a 90s style commercial of him watching himself on a computer. It was so weird, but it's always a super fun experience to go to the Alamo. Usually their food is amazing, and I was so sad their food was disappointing because it's one of those theaters where you order food and so it's like a full waiter setup with like you write down your order, and then there's like a button you can push if you need assistance or need anything else. And so, man, I had the salad that was way too salty, and then Bill also didn't like his food, and the food's so expensive. So I was feeling kind of sad that Bill didn't eat all of his food. I suffered through it and ate my food even though I didn't like it. But we went and saw Ant-Man, and it was a cute movie. Like, I don't want to give any spoilers away, and I think this is the third Ant-Man? I don't even know. That's how bad I am. That's how bad my memory is with movies, because I've seen all the Ant-Man movies. Ant-Man and the Wasp. But, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun experience. Popped into a bookstore, got another journal. So, I've been really trying to work through some really big feelings with a lot of things in my life. Like, oh man, I don't want to be a broken record or be a Debbie Downer, but I'm struggling a lot with like my family, my grandparents. They're very old, and I've been very, I think I've been reflecting on this. Like, some kids or some people, they're not terribly close to their grandparents, or they kind of just feel that they kind of distance themselves, I think, from feeling bad and saying, well, they're old. And I think in my family, what's made it different for me is I am my grandparents' only grandchild. And my grandparents were like pretty close to me growing up. And I kind of idolized my grandma in a lot of ways. Like, she was so fun and came to visit, and it's so weird being in like the stage of life where you're seeing like your daughter interact with her grandma, my mom, and have like such a strong bond. And then like that's exactly what happened with my grandma. So yeah, I'm journaling. I'm trying to take care of myself because I don't know, it doesn't get any better when you have elderly grandparents who have lived a lovely long life and whose quality of life is not great. And it's hard too when you feel indebted to them because of how much they love you and have supported you, and you want to be a really good person, but it's painful to be around too. So anyway, I did visit my grandparents this weekend and then got a journal. So I'm going to be really kind of trying to write about my experiences with that and my job. There's just a lot of stuff going on in my work life that it causes me a lot of emotional distress. And yeah, so I'm excited. It's like the name of the journal is I totally got this journal, and so it's very much an open-ended, not prompted thing, but it has like these cool quotes that I appreciate, and then just like space to write. And so highly recommend writing. That seems to be helpful, and I know different things work for different people. Oh yeah, and then because we watched Ant-Man, that kind of got us started on a Marvel kick, and we watched at home Thor Love and Thunder, and I know that movie has been out for a little bit, or I think it was this past summer it was released. I don't know if you're a Marvel fan at all, but that was a good movie too. I was surprised at how do I say this without giving away? It was just like kind of a dark movie. Like got super serious super fast and just went places that Marvel movies I think really build up to. But this one was just like, whoa, like right away. And I had no idea that the villain was played by Christian Bale. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it didn't even look like him. So it's so funny watching movies and then realizing later that was an actor that you know. Like, I know Christian Bale from the Batman trilogy, which I have to say, like, Batman is up there, like, especially The Dark Knight is probably one of, if not my favorite movie of all time. Like, it's so good. I think, and I know movies can be just so different, your style of movies. That, I think it's either my favorite movies are Batman, The Dark Knight, or a completely opposite of that. I really like the movie Airplane, which is so goofy and so dumb, purposefully, or Rat Race, which is just it's actually made by the same director of Airplane. But The Dark Knight, I think I love it because it's such a obviously fantasized world, but with such real relatable concepts. And I just think it's brilliant. I love the quotes in it. In fact, guys, I'm a nerd. and I wrote down my favorite quotes from the Batman movie, and I might even entitle this WIP and Chat, the one with all the Batman quotes. So, yeah, I don't know. I think part of it is I am trying to fill a bit of time because, and I've said this before, I get really stressed about running out of things to talk about, and I don't want to reflect too much on negative things or overshare about work stuff. So, but I was just like curious because I usually do a quote for these videos, like what Batman quotes, which one to choose, and there were so many I just decided to list them. So here are my favorite quotes from Batman The Dark Knight. One is, I believe what doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. I love that. I think that's so true. What doesn't kill you doesn't always make you stronger, I don't think. I think it makes you different and strange. It can. And it can alter who you are. And I don't think that's always a bad thing. I was just talking to there's a parent night I was helping with, and there's this idea PSG, which is post-traumatic, PTG, post-traumatic growth, of how we can become stronger after post-traumatic, instead of post-traumatic stress disorder, post-traumatic growth. But I do think that the things that can happen in life, it just makes us look at things differently, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, I find being strange a compliment. I think everybody can be a clone or can be like the other person or emulate things, but it takes a lot of bravery to be yourself and to be true to your experiences. The next quote is, it's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. And I like that. I think sometimes I get stuck in who I am, and I have to get out of my in-depth thinking and really like choose to act and follow through with my word. Like, follow up and following through is something I value so much. I have such a pet peeve of people that aren't true to their word. Like, your word is your bond. And I just think that you gotta, you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? And so I love that quote. It's really what you do that defines you. And it's the habits that you choose to do and repeat. Good habits and bad habits. And that's why I've been so cognizant about creating tangible goals where I literally put a check mark on a piece of paper when I get it done. And I don't want that effect to wear off on me. So I want to be the best person I can be. And not let the world make me weak. I want to be strong, and I want to be strange. What's another one? Criminals thrive on the indulgence of society's understanding. Man, that resonates with me. Like, there needs to be a balance, in my opinion, of holding people accountable for their actions. And yeah, I think sometimes we as society don't do that enough. This is getting very deep, and this is just my opinion, and I also want to honor that you might have a different opinion, and that's absolutely fine. Like, I'm not right. It's not a right or wrong thing. This is just me having a conversation about Batman quotes. But criminals do thrive off of people's kindness. And how sad is that? And then they feel that they can get away with it. They feel that their behavior is justified by innocent people trying to be compassionate. What's another one? Your anger gives you great power, but if you let it, it will destroy you. Yeah. It's so good. Like, I can't believe all of these are in not a Marvel movie, a DC movie, a superhero movie. Like, such in-depth things to say. And I think it's so true. Anger, I think, can serve a purpose of survival and pushing through something and motivating you to do things that are uncomfortable, because anger is uncomfortable and it takes so much energy to be angry. But because of that, it can be destructive if you can't let go of the anger, or the anger keeps happening because you can't resolve the problem. So walking away sometimes, I think, is wise. Walking away from problems. Sometimes problems can't be solved, I think. Breathe in your fear. Face them. To conquer fear, you must become fear. Embrace your worst fear. That's true. You gotta kind of... Sometimes I know my biggest fear, I play up so much in my head, and then when I actually just face what it is, it's really not that bad a lot of the time. Not all the time. Man, these ABs, they're giving me trouble, but if I put more wax on, I think it'll be worse. Let's see. Your compassion is a weakness your enemies will not share. Yeah. It's true. It goes along with like that quote about criminals. Compassion is important, and it's a part of being human, and empathizing with others and mankind. But I think compassion, I'm slightly jaded with being compassionate, because I feel that sometimes people can manipulate that. So being aware of that and being protective of what you're compassionate about is helpful. Another one, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Yes. That's just good life advice, right? And then nobody panics when everything goes according to the plan, even if the plan is horrifying. Yep, and it just brings back how, like, the scenes in the movie. It's true. I mean, we're kind of creatures of habit, and having a plan is comforting, even if the plan is terrible. I am a person that thrives with having a plan. I feel better thinking that I have a good solution. Goodness me. I don't even have any wax down here. Come on. There we go. This is the last one, and it's my favorite. One of my favorites. The night is darkest just before the dawn, and I promise you the dawn is coming. I love that. Because, yeah, we have to always believe and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes that light is not evident right away. The dawn is darkest, or the light, the night. The dawn is darkest. Wow. Goodness. Well, since I can't pick up my drills very well, and because I told you all my Batman quotes, and all the things that I was going to talk about this week, I'm probably going to end the WIP and Chat here. Thank you for joining me, especially if you've made it to the end. If you've made it to the end, could you put in the comments let's see, what kind of emoji? An emoji that reminds you of a movie that you like. Anything and everything. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting. Interacting at all is helpful for my channel. My channel is steadily growing, and I cannot express the amount of gratitude I have for people who are part of my little community. And I absolutely love making these videos and diamond painting and sharing a part of my life with you. So thank you so much, and I will see you next week's WIP and Chat. Bye.